Every time I hear that, I think it's morning with a U. And I'm like, what's wrong? Why are we mourning? Has Kyle looked at the stock price already?
Why today?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday edition, the penultimate edition for the week. My second favorite edition of the show, the Disney Morning Show with Doobie Mosley. That's me. I'm one of the founders here of Laughing Place. And Kyle Burbank, who's been around long enough that he can be called a founder, but his title is Executive Editorial Director. We are going to talk to you about what's going on in the world of Disney. We're going to start the way we do every day by saying hello. Hello, Fred Ramirez. Hello, Nikki B. Hello.
Top of the muffin to you.
Top of the muffin to you. Diego, the King Boy fan. What is that?
I don't know.
I have no idea what that is. Flowers? I don't know. Anyway, now let's get started with this.
I like how we could show that emoji, but not our custom emoji.
I was thinking the same thing. All right, the Disney stock price yesterday. The Disney stock price yesterday was $88.10. Let's click that button. And let's see where it is today. $89.53, going up 2.5% on the day. So it dropped a little.
Wow.
Look at Disney is on the verge of being at $90 again. Can you believe that? $90. Yeah.
Yay.
Here's Ethan.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors. It's the only way to live. In cars, here in my car, I can only receive. I can listen to you. It keeps me stable for nights. In cars, here in my car, where the image breaks down. Will you visit me please, if I open my door? In cars, here in my car, I know I've started to think about leaving tonight, although nothing seems right. In cars. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is mostly cloudy today and will top out at 67. Walt Disney World is warm again today, hitting a high of 86. Plus, it will be mostly sunny. Castaway Cay will be 77 today and will be windy once again. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will reach 79 with partly cloudy skies. Disneyland Paris is clear and cool tonight, with temps in the 50s. Tokyo will be overcast tomorrow and stop short of 70. Shanghai will be sunny tomorrow and barely break into the 70s. Lastly, Hong Kong will start and end the day with showers, although there should be some dry time in the late afternoon and into the evening. Temperature-wise, it will be just shy of 80. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Doobie's pick of the day is Walt Disney World today, 86. Sounds good. All right, let's get started with a look at some new beverages coming to the Disneyland Resort. These are the family-type beverages. This is starting on April 30th, and this is coming to the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, at least the Jamboree Mason Jar Sipper you see there is, which is kind of cool looking. It features Ursus H. Bear Grill Master. Man, very good reader there. All right, but let's take a look at some of these. A couple of highlights are the peach lemonade with peach rings at Harbor Galley. This is lemonade and peach puree garnished with peach rings and rimmed with chile lime seasoning. This is non-alcoholic, of course. Next, we have the Lychee strawberry green tea at Little Red Wagon. That's the corn dog thing. Green tea infused with lychee flavor and topped with strawberries, again, non-alcoholic. And finally, we have a non-alcoholic passion fruit mint julep with passion fruit, mint, and hint of lime at the mint julep bar. Kyle, which one of these is your pick?
Probably I would guess the peach lemonade with the peach rings, because I would at least eat the peach rings. I would try it. That sounds pretty good. And yes, these three are non-alcoholic. There are also a couple cocktails coming over to like the DCA side of things, but I think we'd focus on these ones. Let's go to Tokyo, Doobie. Let's go back.
I want to go back.
I want to go back. We got some news from Tokyo. First of all, one of the things, so let me go and explain that when I've been to Tokyo, the way it worked was that if you were buying a ticket, day 1 and 2, you had to choose which park you went to. And then if you bought like a 3 or 4 day, then on the 3rd and 4th day, you could park hop. However, their whole ticketing system and AP system got blown up in the pandemic. And since then, there actually hasn't been an actual park hopper option. But from July 2nd through September 15th, you'll be able to buy a one-day park hopper ticket. That'll allow you to park hop starting at 11 a.m. And also during that summer season, while you'll be able to park hop, they'll also offer early evening passports and weekend passports. So you can enter at 3 p.m. for the early evening one, or the weekend one's 5 p.m. Those will be sold, and they get like a little discount if you just want to come in the evening. So that's cool. But then coinciding with that, from July 2nd through September 15th, they've given us details about their summer cool-off promotion across both parks. Let me go through some of the highlights here. The Happy Ride with Baymax will have a special version, including a new song by Mrs. Greenapple, and Greenapple's in caps, so I don't know if I'm supposed to yell it.
This is my imitation of working Happy Ride at Baymax. One hand on the E-stop, the other hand doing choreographed dance.
I like it. So yeah, they'll be doing that to a new song. Over at Splash Mountain, they'll have the return of Get Soaked Max Plus, which is a little confusing because it sounds like a cross between HBO Max and Disney Plus, but no, it just means you're going to get really wet. There's also Baymax's Mission Cool Down, a parade they will shoot water at you. And there'll also be Get Soaked sections. There's one in Toontown. There's another by Adventureland. And then over at Disney Sea, one other thing I want to mention real quick about Disneyland. From May 14th through October 31st, Country Bear Theater Vacation Jamboree. That'll be going on. This is Dockside Splash Remix at Disney Sea. It looks like an interesting show.
Wow.
There'll be
I thought Mickey playing drums was impressive, but this is a whole new level.
He's going to be jumping off the stage. I hope he stage dives and you have to carry him. And there'll also be some splash zones, and Aquatopia is getting its Get Soaked version is returning as well. So pumping up the water effects. And then of course there's plenty of merchandise and food and all that good stuff. So if you're headed to Tokyo, the Disney Resort this summer, get ready to get wet.
How bad is the heat in Tokyo that they have to just make
not that
bad. We must get you wet, because like Gio says, in Florida it's that bad 9 months out of the year, and there's no special get wet zones or anything like that.
Well, I think because getting wet, you would just stay wet. You would never dry in Florida is the problem. That's why they make a killing on those dryers that they have in Universal, at least.
You have a good point. All right, speaking of Walt Disney World, as we just were, we have more details on their V.I.Passholder summer days coming this summer, including cool things like saving 40% on 5 restaurants from May 14th to June 30th, and then 5 others, July 1st to July 31st, 40%. That's a significant savings, Monday through Thursday. Don't get crazy. But Monday through Thursday, the highlight for those first period, would be Toledo, which is an awesome restaurant at the top of the Coronado Springs Tower. Been there many times. One of my favorite places to eat. Saving 40% there. Not bad. And then the second group, July 1st through July 31st, there are 3 highlights I'm going to recommend to you out there. Use your 40% at Coral Reef, an underrated restaurant over in Epcot. Tiffin's, which, a lot of people just skip at Animal Kingdom, but it's actually really high-class dining there. In the Whispering Canyon, which is a ton of fun. Catch up. Everyone knows the routine. So to pay 40% there is a good deal. So go check that out.
When I was prepping this, I was actually going to pick what I thought would be your highlights, and I would have done well. I would have chosen Toledo, and I was thinking Tiffin's, maybe Whispering Canyon for the second one. So whichever one I went with, I would have been successful.
I am very simple person. And again, returning this year will be the annual Passholder Lounge from May 14th through July 13th. If you need to cool off while at Epcot, you can go to Restaurant Marrakesh, a chance to chill out in an air conditioning area, complimentary. That means free snacks and water. Charge your mobile devices, get your complimentary button, and get some photo pass pictures while you're there too. And also for you annual pass holders, speaking to myself here, from June 2nd to June 22nd, you can get a 20% off on your purchases at DisneyStore.com just for being a Disney World annual pass holder. Disney World, where they like their annual pass holders, as opposed to Disneyland, where you can't even get one.
Wow. they hate them. And speaking of hate, we got news about a 10 Things I Hate About You Broadway musical that's in the works. That photo is from the 1999 film. That's Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. Singer Carly Rae Jepsen, who you might know from Call Me Maybe or Emotion or Run Away With Me or her other fantastic songs. She and Ethan Gruska will be writing music and lyrics for this production, while Lena Dunham of Girls fame is writing the show alongside Jessica Huang. And like I said, this is going to be based on the 1999 film, which itself is an adaptation of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. And there was also a 10 Things I Hate About You TV series for only 1 or 2 seasons in 2009. And that was on ABC Family, which is now Freeform.
Tony says his highlight, I believe, was the Cape May Cafe, if I recall correctly. And really, I misspoke. Disneyland treats their annual pass holders wonderfully. It's just difficult to get one. So I should not have been so rash.
We have an annual pass holder story almost added to the lineup today, but we're going to do it tomorrow. So stay tuned to see what that's all about.
But today we are talking about a story that we just touched on a tiny bit at the end of yesterday's show, and that is the return of Marvel Day at Sea and Pixar Day at Sea for 2026. So for the first time, Marvel Day at Sea will be coming to the Disney Cruise Line on the Disney Magic out of Port Galveston. This is starting January 26th. Not January 26th, January of 26. Spider-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Thor, Loki, and Black Panther are among the dozens of Marvel heroes and villains that will be seen, which is a lot. Are there really more than 24 Marvel characters that are going to be on here? That's a lot.
As soon as possible. And you never know how many Ant-Mans are going to be around.
A big band Star-Spangled tribute to Captain America will unfold with a special USO show, which sounds really cool, featuring vintage dance numbers and an appearance from the captain himself. I wonder if Mickey will be playing drums. And recruits of Wakanda will convene in the atrium for warrior training. As for Pixar Day at Sea in January, it will return to the Disney Fantasy out of Port Canaveral. The experience is based on Pixar films like Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., yada, yada, and includes an Anyone Can Cook celebration demonstrating where the Disney chefs will show you how to cook ratatouille. So cool events coming back to the Disney Cruise Line.
And if you wanted to book that, mousetravel.com/laughingplace.
That is true. Can I do this next segue?
Sure.
And if you're interested in a cruise, you're probably old enough for the Golden Bachelor, right, Kyle?
Yeah, the Golden Bachelor. This is him. This is 66-year-old Mel Owens. He's going to be heading the next season of the show. We don't know when that season is going to debut, but I did want to share, Doobie, if you see there's a link there. I think that Mel looks like an older version of Jonathan Turner from Boy Meets World. What do you think?
I see it. I definitely see it. Definitely older.
Yeah. Anyway, also, if you hear a snoring dog, she's behind me because she had surgery and she's in cone mode again.
Oh, poor Rigby.
And then going to the younger side, Hulu has ordered a new series called Love Thy Nader. This stars Brooks Nader and her sister Sarah Jane, Grace Ann, and Mary Holland. I guess they all go by 2 names. And no relation to Ralph Nader. I legitimately thought, I checked. If so, they don't even mention it on Wikipedia, which feels like a missed opportunity. Yeah. Apparently not related to that. And then in addition to streaming on Hulu, Love Thy Nader will air on Freeform because Freeform still exists.
And finally, in this segment of the show, the first Predator Badlands trailer and poster. Is this not breaking news?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
We've got a poster for Predator Badlands. We also got a trailer, which we will not be showing.
I figured as much.
But so this is the 7th film in the core Predator franchise. That doesn't include the 2 Alien versus Predator movies. I would not have guessed that was not considered core franchise. So well done, Kyle. In this one, Predator will be one of the 2 heroes. He is not the bad guy. And the trailer features the tagline, "The director of Prey welcomes you to a world of hurt," which is a callback to a line from the original Predator film said by Jesse the Body Ventura. "You lose a tear, you're in a world of hurt."
That's Governor Ventura to you.
No, he will always be the Body to me. And this movie opens November 7th. Prey, disappointment. I got to say, I was really looking forward to that movie. I heard such great things about it. Got great reviews. A little disappointed. That's all.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, it is abysmal prep work to do a review of a comic book that you can't get because this was an exclusive giveaway at Star Wars Celebration 2025 in Japan. But I'm going to do it anyway because I thought it was interesting. This review comes from Michael Celestino. I'm not going to read the headline because I don't know how to pronounce these words. But this is a tie-in to a VR game. Anyway, so his abbreviated final paragraph: for what is essentially a free promotional tool for a VR game, I thought this comic was fun enough with some nice looking art by Stephen Cummings, Will Sliney, and Shogo Aoki, along with colorist Rochelle Rosenberg. I'd say that the sport of pod racing is due for some additional exploration in Star Wars storytelling, so it's nice that the game will allow users to spend time in that section of the galaxy. Unfortunately, I don't currently have a MetaQuest 3, so I won't be able to dive into the experience myself when it's released, but the comic was enough to whet my appetite and leave me wanting to spend more time with these characters. Hopefully someday I'll get that chance. And hopefully someday you'll get to read this comic. Maybe there's a digital version online or something. Who knows? And the rest. Well, I could have included this in fun stuff, but I decided to put it in the rest. And that is this photo that Frankie Muniz of Malcolm in the Middle shared on his Instagram alongside his TV parents, Bryan Cranston and Jane Kaczmarek. I know I say I always mess them up, and I always mess them up. You think I'd write it down. This appears to be from the set of the reboot show that they're doing 4 episodes of coming to Disney Plus in the future. And it also appears that they're shooting it in British Columbia. So yeah,
almost nothing is filmed there.
Almost nothing. It's a desolate place where no cameras are even allowed, let alone. Anyway,
Is this a mashup with Breaking Bad, or is this just simply Malcolm in the Middle?
No, this is just the show he did before that, and he's also not playing Tim Watley with just a speckle of fluoride.
Get that reference. All right, and finally, Epic Universe World Tour. The National Epic Universe Portal Tour has arrived in New York City's Rockefeller Plaza. This is, as aforementioned, at Rockefeller Plaza. The centerpiece of the tour brings a 30-foot-tall replica of the Chronos, the entry gateway into Epic Universe, and the replica showcases the park's 5 immersive-themed worlds. If you would like to check this out, there are 3 stops on this tour: New York, now through April 26th, Rockefeller Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Rocky Steps. I've been there. May 16th through 18th, and Chicago, Illinois, Pioneer Court, June 13th through 18th. So as if this place doesn't have enough hype, there is a tour.
Well, yesterday we talked to you about Who's the Boss and their latest episode, but now you can read a version of one of those interviews. Mike got to speak with the Hasbro team to talk about some of the new Star Wars toys that were unveiled at Celebration, including that weird frog thing. I'm sure.
That's what it's called, actually. Yes, very good.
So yeah, you can read all about that and see more of these photos, of course. That looks fun. That looks expensive, but it looks cool. And then also...
the price down there? I can't tell.
It might be in yen too.
I can convert now. I'm very good at this. 1,000 yen, $7. Go from there.
And it's a really good exchange rate, by the way. That's probably why so many people are visiting Japan right now.
How good is that exchange rate? What was it like when you went? Do you remember?
If I dropped the zeros, I'd be pretty close, but it was trended a little bit closer to where there'd be like a little bit of a premium on that.
Wow.
So $1 was probably 100 or 11. $1 would be 110 yen or something.
Wow.
Or maybe the other way around.
That's why everything was so cheap there.
Yes. Second entry into the Sarsaparilla Times is also out now. This is where Bill Gausel's been going through some of the attractions he loves. The first one, which he takes the name is from, was about The Carousel of Progress. This time he's looking at Spaceship Earth and what makes it great. So be sure to check that out on Laughing Place. This might be one of the shortest pocket picks we've ever had, but I wanted to show it anyway. So prepare yourselves. Here we go.
One ticket, please.
For which movie?
One, please.
That's it. 5 seconds.
Did I mention yesterday I saw him?
You did not mention it on the show. It might have been mentioned on DTL or some other show.
So this guy here, Hayden Christensen, who you guys know as Anakin Skywalker in episodes 2 and 3, he was on our flight home in a different section of the plane, but we did see him arriving at the gate, and he was very nice. He was stopping for a couple of pictures with people. He had a person there who was helping him, but he was nice enough to stop. So I had to go potty, and I was walking by. I just said, Hayden, Shattered Glass, one of my favorite movies. Love the movie. And he said, oh, thank you very much. So it's been my dream that if I ever get to see Hayden Christensen, to tell him how much I love Shattered Glass, and I actually got the opportunity and did it. So
that's awesome. Have you seen Life as a House?
No, I haven't even heard of that one.
It's also a good movie.
Oh.
I think that was before Star Wars. Anyway, are you ready for your quiz?
I am.
All right. On this day in 1964, someone was born. Their credits include Planes and 2014's Planes, Fire, and Rescue. He also did a guest voice on Phineas and Ferb, but he is most notable for his name telling you what he does.
James Earl Jones?
No, his name tells you what he does.
His name tells you what he does, not he did. Larry the Cable Guy?
That's pretty good. You're on the right track. This is another comedian.
Dan Cook?
No.
I'm only saying that because Fred Ramirez said it, and he has a tendency to cheat. So I don't know then. I had my one good guess, Larry the Cable Guy.
Well, the answer is Cedric, the Entertainer. Oh, that's still your screen.
Very good. Okay.
Yes. Next up, on this day in 1973, one of your two favorite showrunners was born.
Damon Lindelof.
That is Damon Lindelof. Yes, you got the right one.
I did.
I wanted to share some facts. You'll tell me whether they are fun. In addition to co-writing and co-producing Tomorrowland and co-writing, he also co-wrote a 2014 Phineas and Ferb episode called Lost in Danville.
Very fun.
Very fun. Thank you.
Hilarious.
On this day in 1982, someone was born. She's not really that associated with Disney, but she does have major ties to a show that is now on ABC and an attraction that was at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Oh, Hollywood Studios attraction.
And a show that's currently on ABC.
What year?
She was born in 1982. I'll give you a hint. She has another show that's on every day, sometimes on ABC, but mostly not.
Sometimes on ABC, dude.
It's a syndicated talk show of sorts.
The View?
Perhaps she's a singer. Perhaps you'll yell her name when you get your chest shaved or waxed.
Okay, I'm there now. I'm just trying to think of the other clues now.
Well, she is a winner of American Idol.
Clarkson, yeah, okay, American Idol.
Kelly Clarkson.
All right.
There she is on Rise of the Resistance. Next up, on this day in 1989, a reboot of an iconic show debuted on, I think it was Disney Channel. Pretty sure it was Disney Channel. And had many, many stars come out of it over the years.
All New Mickey Mouse Club?
Yep, that is the all-new Mickey Mouse Club.
Wow.
MMC.
Every one of those people now a superstar. Every last one.
Except for when she cut her hair. That was the only one that... I was trying to circle her and didn't realize you couldn't see who it was. Terry Russell. I was doing it on StreamYard instead of on the window where I had the photo. Anyway, on this day in 1994, I'm going to go out and say future Disney legend. This person was born. You might know him if you've ever seen the show Happily Ever After.
Which I have not. So
That's Jordan Fisher. He does everything Disney.
That is definitely a future Disney legend. I'm surprised he's not already.
Yeah. Finally, on this day in 1998, it's time to play which ABC show went to Disney World. Big hint, 1998. This one coincided with the opening of Disney's Animal Kingdom and mostly took place in that park instead of Magic Kingdom and Epcot like the other ones usually do.
98 is so long ago. That's probably, no. Nope, I'm not going to get one. I don't know.
What if I said that they must have worked a little magic because they filmed it a week before the park opened?
Oh, was it? But you said an ABC show.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking like the one with Raven Simone. But
oh yeah, no, that's the Raven. No, this is Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I did not know that was an ABC show.
Yep.
Is that like a picture from production?
I don't know if it's from production. I think it's just from the show. So you got Martin Mull, you got
I thought that
Joan
was like
Hart.
a director going over the script or something.
You have guy playing Harvey, and then he's like the principal, so he's probably going through like the itinerary and stuff.
Oh, and Robert in Fort Town. Look at Tony with the facts. All right,
That's it.
That's it.
Let me. We still got. Should we stretch?
I can't stretch for 4 minutes today.
Okay, we're not stretching. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great day. We have nothing else coming up later. We'll see you tomorrow.
We have nothing? Nothing?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. Anything.
Stretch. Let me look.
I'm sure you're right. You would know.
.com/laughingplace. Comcast earnings happened. There's a Gold Theater thing tonight, so if you're a Gold member, be sure to watch that, but don't let anyone in your house see. Marshall's doing a D23 New Amsterdam tour, so look for coverage of that.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Bye.